Yo, what's up, guys? Okay, so this one is dating slash restaurants because women want to bring up this topic. I know this is very controversial to talk about. I don't really want to talk about this, but someone has to. So here's a quiz to, and some of this is going to sound very snobby. I already get it. However, it's not the guys who are trying to be snobby and like demanding, like we go to like the fanciest place in the world. It's not guys. Okay, so but here's a quiz for women who are demanding to be taken to the best place in the world, and they call it Ruth's Chris. No, ma'am. Mastros, nope. Nobu, nope. Here's a quiz. You can't come at guys like that because they're gonna call your bluff. So here's a quiz. Okay, so you demand to be taken to the finest dining in the world. Fantastic. This is what guys should say. Fantastic. Name me, name me a Michelin star restaurant and a James Beard Award winner. Go ahead. And you don't get to use your phone. Go ahead. If you pass this test, I'll take you wherever the fuck you want to go. Okay? Did you pass that? Cool. Now name me 3 Michelin star restaurants. 1 in the United States and 2 in other countries. Go ahead. Did you pass that? Okay. So now name me your favorite chef and your favorite dish by that chef. And why? Because I want to know, because I'm interested, right? You know, guys, because I'm trying to date you, so I'm interested in your life. Go ahead. Can you do that? Okay. Then beyond that, name me your favorite Michelin star restaurant that you've been to. And what country was it? You see where I'm going with that? Have you traveled? You know? Okay? If you can pass that whole quiz, then I agree. Then I agree with the ladies. The guys should take them wherever the fuck they want to go. But if they can't pass that, then it's a no. You know? The Chads and the Tyrones should just skip them. Straight up. You know? Because they're used to going to those places. You know? I'm just gonna be honest as fuck. I'm going to hell, I guess. But someone's got to say this shit. Yeah, I would just skip them. And but if you wanted to, joke around with them, it's like then if you can't pass that quiz, then let's just go to Denny's. Let's just go to what's the worst restaurant in the world? Let's go to Taco Bell. This kind of shit. You know what I mean? I've taken women to very expensive restaurants, but I could have a perfectly great time in a piece of shit restaurant. You know what I mean? I don't go to them, but if I had to, I could have a perfectly great time. I wouldn't even go there. I would like, let's do a picnic then. You know what I mean? I would never go to fuck Applebee's, Chili's, all that kind of bullshit. I don't even know if there is that shit in LA. I've never seen it. People in LA don't go to shit like that because they're, no, it's all boutique shit and stuff like that. Okay, this is gonna sound super snobby from people who don't know LA. I guarantee you. But that's just what it is. But let me tell you, actually, let me tell you a snobby restaurant. See, if a woman said to me, "I demand to be taken to Somnia," I'd be like, "Okay, you know what the fuck you're talking about?" I would still think it's rude, but I would at least know that she knows fine dining. You know what I mean? Somnia. What's it got? 2 Michelin stars? You know? What's it? $650 per person plus drink pairings. You're gonna end up at 1,500 bucks. No problem. If someone is, but see, the thing there, here's a tip, is for women, actually, and I'm giving you a cheat code right here. And I know no women are going to watch this because they think I'm too rude, everything. But women who are used to going to places like that will never mention it. They'll never mention it because they're used to going places like that. And they know that the guy they chose is as well and will just take them there. Not the first date, like second date, third date, you know what I mean? So when women announce, I demand to be taken to, like a basic restaurant to that guy, it's just a basic restaurant. That's like a Tuesday, Wednesday type of thing because he doesn't go to any of the other restaurants. He's not looking at Applebee's like, oh, that's my baseline, and then I'm gonna splurge on Mastro's or Nobu. He's like, my baseline is Nobu and Mastro's, shit like that. You know what I mean? So, and you can run into guys who are just way beyond you. Listen, I wrote a TV show. I'm not going to go on to that, but I'm just saying, I wrote a TV show about a chef, and that's not really the point here. But part of the point is, let me show you the book, by the way. So this is the chef that I based the show on. Abuli is a restaurant. Like, you want to talk about food stuff, very snobby food shit. This book is not cheap at all, especially when it's in this good of quality. I need to be careful with it. What is the food like? It's stuff like this. You know what I mean? I don't even know what page I'm showing you. Stuff like this. You know what I mean? Let me try to hurry up. Amuse-bouche, stuff like this. Let me be careful with this. Stuff like that. That's what. If you're trying to be super ultra fancy, like Beverly Hills, like whatever, shit like this. No one cares about Beverly Hills, but you're trying to be ultra, because that's in Spain, by the way, if you didn't know. You're trying to be ultra fancy, then that's what you're talking about. But it will have, if you look up the food prices, it'll be like $2 signs. And then some people might think like, oh, it's cheap then. It's $2 signs per bite. Okay? So once you take, you have to order multiple bites. Like, everything's like amuse-bouche basically. By the end of the night, it's $500, no problem. With drinks, everything, like, no problem. Way more than Ruth's Chris. You know what I mean? People don't think of those guys, the Chads and the Tyrones. They don't think of steak. I've heard that steak and lobster. I demand to be taken to Steak and Lobster. Where? Like, that restaurant. Does anybody know? That restaurant doesn't exist in LA. Not that I know of. Sizzler maybe. I don't know. Is Sizzler even open anymore? I have no idea. But guys like that who are used to this kind of shit, they don't look at going to steak as like super high level. I'm just telling you. Okay? And some of us actually know these chefs and have met them and know people that know them and have had them come to our table and visit with us for a minute. So, you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I'd be a little careful about how snobby you are. Because if I met a snobby girl, to be honest with you, maybe if I was dating, and she was hot enough and being a super snob like how some of these ladies are being now, I would take you out to embarrass you. Cool, I'll take you to like a super fancy place to see if you know how to like maneuver in that environment. See? But then at the end of the night, I'm just joking. But I did make fun of you. Is it like, is that what these women want? I don't get it. So I think I'm done there. Just understand that there's guys out there, when these women are saying like, that's a big thing. They say, I demand to be taken to a super ultra luxury fancy dinner. There's guys out there that know what that means. And if they hear you say the wrong restaurant, they're gonna pass immediately because they know that you're not used to that. So then it's a no. Okay? I think that's it. Other than, for example, like I've dated a billionaire's assistant, right? So she made a lot of money, right? Probably the highest one, right? And she didn't demand to be taken anywhere. She was just cool with wherever I took her, and perfectly fine to like go take a picnic on the beach or something. Go get like tacos from the food truck or whatever. Like I've heard good things about the food truck. Like let's get tacos off of that. She wasn't a snob. She didn't demand to go anywhere, even though she worked for a fucking billionaire and was used to super high level shit. Take the jet to fucking go do a beer run to across the country because they don't have the beer here. So let's get on the jet, fly over there, come back. Shit like this. Just telling you, if you try to look super snobby to some dudes, they'll see through it and just pass. Okay? So, and to the guys that can afford this type of shit, and I'm not saying I'm rich, I'm not saying that, but to the guys who can afford this shit and they're just saying no to these women, no thank you. That's exactly what they should be saying. To entitlement, I demand to be taken, and you're not even naming the nicest restaurant, then it's a no. So, bye-bye. Peace, guys. Good luck dating, though. I know I'm talking shit, but seriously, I hope the dating world comes together and everybody has fun and all that kind of shit. I'm just saying, don't be a fucking snob at the restaurants. It's not that big of a deal, is my point. If a guy happens to take you to a really nice place, then cool. But just don't demand it, in my opinion. Because to go to the top level, it's probably way more expensive than most ladies think. Okay, I'm out. Peace.